June technical session. Today we have Engineer Chukwu Sam, who is going to be our who is going to be our presenter. I want to greet our branch chairman, Professor Bamidele Adebisi.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you,
for
Chairman. Yeah, we've got other of our ESCO members and members from the branch here with us today. So we're going to Engineer Sam, if you can do 40 minutes so we could take the remaining time just for questions, and then the chairman can give any other closing speech he wants to give. To be fair, 30 to 40 minutes perhaps, because it's really hot today. It's going to be very hard, for people to just follow through. So if we can just get started, I think I'll just wait for another 2 minutes and we can start at 6:05. Let's just get more people to join in, and then we can start. Thank you. Just 2 minutes, yeah. 2 minutes. Let's just wait 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Okay. Thank you, Engineer Sam. I think we're ready to start. We'll admit other people as they come in. Thank you. The floor is now open for you, Engineer Sam.
Okay, thank you so much. I hope you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Okay, first, I appreciate this opportunity to make this presentation to Nigeria Society of Engineers UK branch. And before I start, permit me to appreciate our 35th president of Nigeria Society of Engineers, Professor Aliu Rabiu. And also, let me also appreciate the branch chairman of Nigeria Society of Engineers UK branch, Professor Bamidele Adebisi, and the moderator and my fellow engineers. My name is Engineer Chukwu Sam Amauche, and I'm a staff with Enugu Electricity Distribution Company and one of their subcos called First Power Electricity Distribution Company. I hope you are hearing me.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes,
okay.
Yeah, we can. If we can't hear you, I'll prompt you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. So the opportunity to make this presentation is one that I'm very, very, very happy for, and believing that this will offer us the opportunity to know the challenges we are having in the power distribution, and speaking to my professional colleagues. And I believe that we as engineers, it is on our shoulder to solve this perennial issue Nigeria electricity industry is having. And I have spent, this is my 10th years in the industry, working in one of the distribution arms of the, one of the distribution discos. So, but before I go further, permit me to make a disclaimer. Because I'm a staff, currently I'm a staff with Enugu Disco. Whatever I'm saying here has nothing to do with EEDC or First Power. This is my own experience and contribution to my professional body. So whatever I said, whatever report I'm making is actually all from me and from public documents. So the topic I was given, the topic was because of the issue I saw, and I was thinking that engineers, we need to come together to help Nigeria. And that's why I'm thinking that these losses we are having as a disco is something that has to be solved. So the issue of losses and the revenue protection is a big challenge for all the discos in Nigeria in particular. So leveraging a smart technology for revenue protection and loss reduction in Nigeria electricity distribution companies. A case study of my experience at Enugu Electricity Distribution Company. So this is presented today to Nigeria State of Engineers, UK branch. So we go to the introduction. Why this topic? I know that most of us have been following the news. The Nigeria electricity industry is being challenged with a lot of issues, but there's a peculiar one, and that's what I wanted to discuss this night as engineers. So possibly believing that we're going to find a solution, because if we can solve this, it will affect every facet of Nigeria, and everybody will benefit from it. So for the introduction, it's a fact that across the global electricity industry, utilities, all the power industry have a common challenge. And that challenge is how to generate electricity, how to transmit it, how to distribute it accurately and measure it, and each unit of this energy is paid for. So while the nature of losses may differ between developed and developing markets or developing countries. So the objectives remain the same, which is building financial sustainable utilities capable of delivering reliable and affordable and resilient electricity services. In a developed markets, like those of you in the UK, those of you in America and the rest of the developed world, the challenges of the electricity industry differs. And over there, I know that the issue there is on grid modernization, smart networks, and distributed energy integration. But in ours, utilities must often pursue this objective while simultaneously addressing significant commercial losses, metering gaps, energy theft, and infrastructural constraints. So this presentation explores how smart technology can transform revenue protection and loss reduction strategy using the experience of Enugu Electricity Distribution Company in Southeast Nigeria as a practical case of study. So on the next slide, this is the problem statement. Why this topic? What is the problem? There's a problem in the power sector in Nigeria. It's a very huge one. And that problem is 1/3 of energy generated, transmitted, and distributed in Nigeria is lost. that potential revenue is lost due to technical, commercial, collection losses. So, and to go further to portray this, we know it's a fact that the Nigerian population standard as of today, our population is 242.4 million people, and only 61% of that population have access to electricity. And the question is, how much electricity do they have access to? By the national grid, that the installed capacity, the energy that is our installed capacity in Nigeria as of today is about 13,625 megawatts. While the daily generation that is distributed, daily output, what we have to share to this 240 million plus is between 4,000 to 5,000 megawatts of electricity. So what are the challenges? The issue of gas supply, and beside that gas issue and transmission issue, we have that another issue of the ATC asset losses that exceed over 33.7%, which result in the loss of more than 1/3 of distributed energy. So sector performance remains challenged by inadequate supply and high network losses. This is the information was gotten from NEC third quarter that ended by December 2025. So financially, what are the impacts? These losses. Discos lose billions. And how do they lose it? They lose this billion by meter bypasses, that is by energy theft, by irregular connections, by estimated billing disputes, because we are still doing estimated billing in Nigeria. Poor customer metering coverage, very, very poor. There's a weak network. There's even a network monitoring. Transformers are often overloaded. It's a common challenge. Revenue collection inefficiencies, manual fault management, inadequate energy counting, and lack of real-time visibility across most of the discourse network. The impact is obvious and enormous. This challenge impacts the discourse financial sustainability. It impacts infrastructure investment. That's why the service quality is very, very poor. So the powers, it also affects the growth. Because the losses is high, investors are not coming in. So smart technology for me, then that's what I'm thinking, I believe. And that's why I appreciate this opportunity to discuss this challenge with you people, or you guys, or my senior and junior professional colleague who are out there, that I know that smart technology provide opportunity to reduce these losses through what? Through automation, through intelligence, and through return monitoring. So the fact of the matter is this, that 40,000 to 5,000 megawatt is available daily in Nigeria for 245 million population. That 1/3 of it is unaccounted for, is lost. We can't recover that money. And that is a serious challenge. So the next on the slide is the aim of this paper. What this paper is all about. This technical paper to the Nigerian Software Engineers is highly important because the Nigerian electricity industry, which is called distribution companies, which we call the DISCOs, continue to face serious challenges from the ATC losses, energy theft, inaccurate billing, poor network visibility, transformer overloading, revenue leakages. This paper is intended to present a practical roadmap to transforming DISCO into data-driven utilities, capable of protecting the revenue while improving service delivery. There is great opportunity for indigenous Nigerian firms to provide revenue protection systems. We need customer analytics, GIS solutions, and metadata platforms. So what is this losses all about? I've been talking about losses. What is electricity losses all about? Electricity losses generally fall into two categories. Category 1 is, we call it the technical losses. And the second one is non-technical losses, which we, non-technical losses group into commercial collection losses. And these are what we call the ATC&C losses. So these are billing losses incurred by a DISCO due to its inability to bill 100% of energy delivered to customers, while that of collection losses arising from the DISCO's inability to collect 100% of the bills issued to customers. So the aggregate technical, commercial, and collection losses is the summation of these three parameters. So we're going to look at them individually. What are the components that make up the technical losses? Just for, I do not need to do the mathematical, most of those mathematical calculations. I just try to make this much easier to explain. So technical losses for ease of understanding has to do with all the physical characteristics of power systems, which has to do with this network resistance, the long feeders, the overloaded transformers, poor terminations, poor conductor sizing, aging infrastructure, which is a common thing in Nigeria. Everywhere you go, our networks are weak. Our networks are overloaded. So why the non-technical losses? It has to do with that's the issue of the meter tampering. All these are non-technical, they are commercial losses. All the act of energy theft, corruptions in the system, illegal connections, metering deficiencies, inadequate inaccurate customers' data, and billing and collection challenges. So globally, utilities strive to reduce both categories or both categories of losses. However, but in Nigeria, commercial losses represent the greatest opportunity for operational improvement because most of our systems and operations here in Nigeria are still manual. And that is, so I believe that we have understanding of these losses. So the next on the slide is, can we use data to represent can we use data to represent these losses, taking data from NEC, the data, like official data. So from this table, you see the losses. Each of the DISCOs, how they perform. There's Abuja DISCOs. Actually, we have 11 DISCOs in Nigeria. Beside the Aba power, that's geometric power in Aba. That'll make it a 12. So if you look at the table here, only Eko, or rather Ikeja and Eko, seem to have something reasonable. The rest are above 50%. And that is where the challenge is, meaning that there's no revenue for them to put investment into the business of electricity in Nigeria. So then the case study, EEDC, Enugu in Southeast, Enugu Electricity Distribution Company in the Southeast. That is one of the 11 DISCOs. And it's also a parent company, or what we call a holding company to the 5 new subcos operating each of the 5 states in the Southeast. Enugu DISCO have their own challenges. They are not exempted. My experience wide in the Enugu DISCO is what I'm here to share. Like many DISCOs operating in rapid growing economy, the company faces a unique combination of challenges. In Enugu DISCOs, we have high demand growth, we have infrastructure limitations, we have metering gaps, we have customer trust concern, we have non-technical losses arising from meter energy theft. So this the picture here is the corporate headquarters of Enugu DISCO, located at Enugu in Atokpara Avenue. So this is the structure of Enugu DISCO, how they operate. They operate as, they have a holding company, which is EEDC, and they have 5, they have 5 5 subcodes. And inside the subcode, they have a district units. So this is how they are structured in all the 5 states. Then examples of Enugu Disco, the losses level at Enugu Disco. So that's what this table is all about. Eastland is for Ebonyi State in Abakaliki. If you look at them, their losses is still very high, 58.7%. First Power is in Anambra State. Main Power is in Imo State. If you look at the losses, they are very, so now on the aggregate, Enugu Disco is still having over 40% efficiency losses. This is the potential revenue that is lost. So then challenges. What are the challenges these discos are having? Number 1 on the list is metering deficiency. Look at the metering gap. Metering gap is very, very huge. So if you can look at the table, from this table is only from the table. If you look at Abuja, has over 77.8% metering rate. And there's something I want to draw from this table, which is very important to all of us. Why ECO? ECO is the one that has the least of these losses. And the reason is not far-fetched. From this table, you see that ECO has a total active customer of 641,000, and they have metered over 550 of their customers, counting to over 85%. So maybe I believe that because of their high rate of metering is why their losses are minimal, and ECO has done a lot. But compared to Jos, Kaduna, Kano, you see their metering gap is below, there is within 30%. This is a very big challenge. And to me, this is also an opportunity. So the next challenge is meter energy theft. Energy theft is a nightmare to most of the disco. Let me use the word. Revenue protection investigation routinely identify meter bypass, network direct connections, unauthorized load expansion, then meter tampering. The picture you are seeing is an example of one of those energy thefts. This is an MD meter, one of the type of MD meters we store. If you look at the cable very well, the customer splitted the incomer cable. One part go to the meter, one went underground. So the one he concealed in attempt to steal energy. This is the challenge of the disco. So the next, this other picture, the second one is this is called meter tampering. This is a kind of the inside the meter, the configuration of the meter. This is the breaker, the CT, the TTB, test terminal block, and the meter. So oftentimes customers manipulate these components or in an attempt to compromise the meter to reduce the energy cost. This is also a big challenge. Then the third one is data visibility. Yes, many discos underestimate the importance of accurate customer and asset data without reliable information regarding customer location, load access, load characteristics, transformer location. And so it becomes difficult to accurately quantify losses or target intervention. So I just listed these three as these top 3 challenges that discos are having. So my thinking is, after the challenge, how can we solve this problem? That's why I say smart technology solutions. And the first is on my list is advanced metering infrastructure. It's not a choice, it's a must. If discos has to survive, they have to invest on this. So under advanced metering infrastructure, so discos are utility companies such as EEDC. Smart metering has proven to be one of the most effective tools for reducing commercial losses. Smart metering communicates energy consumption data automatically to Disco server. So these are the kind of meter we store here. Yes, advanced AMI system, they also have their challenge because of the network. We are still having network issue. At times, the modem issue, some of the ones we have implemented, but this is a must, not a choice, it's just not a choice, but it's a must. It has to be done. Then the next on the solution is artificial intelligence based energy detection, based on energy type detection. AI algorithm is needed. Most of our operations are still manual. It's still just traditional. You go to meter, you check meter, you see changes in parameter, you investigate the meter, and then you indict the customer. But how many can we do when we have over millions of customers in our system? So the other solution I think that should be implemented, must be implemented, is geographical information system. Most discos still have incomplete customer mapping. It's quite unfortunate that many discos do not have the transformers. We don't have the geographical information system on most of our transformers. And I saw this as a challenge. As engineers, this is opportunity. Then the next is the Internet of Things. The transformers need to be communicated. The parameters of the transformer, we need to know what is happening in the health of transformer, because this will help. The advantage of distribution transformer monitoring and Internet of Things, the benefits are enormous. The smart sensors installed on transformers, feeders, and switchgear will help fault detections. It will help equipment damage monitoring. So Nigerians, we are still far behind. Our discos are still struggling. So the next on the slide is the drone technology for network surveillance. These are possible solutions that we need. Possible solution that is lacking. Possible solution that the discos are yearning for. So inspection drones help utility to reduce losses. They detect theft, improve asset visibility. They help to enhance safety. So the its application of drones technology is enormous. We are still lacking it. It's almost non-existent in any disco. And this is the essence of this paper. So next, I want to talk about is these opportunities that is available because of these challenges. For me, I think that as engineers, our glory is on the problem that we solve. And I'm confident that the UK, the diaspora, professional bodies has what it takes. So I'm thinking that based on what all these losses we have mentioned, that the solution is not far. It's within our reach. Nigeria can work. To me, Nigeria distribution market remains one of the largest untapped electricity opportunities in Africa. 242.6 million population with only 4,000 megawatts of grid energy available per day. So where are the opportunities? Number one, which is A, smart metering manufacturing. So the demand remains enormous. Like the table I presented, we are still having thousands of unmetered customers. The opportunities in local assembling of meter, there's opportunity in meter communication modules. Yes, it's a very big challenge. I'm sure that many discos are willing to buy these modules because some of the meter that we installed, some of their communication module are the issue that are not communicating on the server. So meter data management system is also another one. Then number two is meter data management platform, which is a cloud-based, the MI, the revenue assurance, and the analytics. Then number three, where opportunities for me. I'm thinking that these opportunities are enormous. Revenue assurance solutions, that is in energy balancing, theft detection, AI analytics, and fraud management. So what about the embedded, because of the need for generation, like I've stated here, that energy about the stored capacity of Nigeria is still within 13,000. So there's a need for embedded generation. Industrial clusters are springing up here and there. Solar can be used, gas can be used, hybrid system can be used. Opportunity that exists for private investors to supply power directly under approved regulatory framework. So the next, there's need for mini grid. I know many have started it, many are investing. So there's a need, communities, markets, and all of them, they need mini grid. Then distribution of network modernization, which is where the investment, so smart transformers. We also have a need of these smart transformers. I've been hearing about these transformers, smart transformers. And the Nigeria market need it. And we know that Nigeria can pay for it. There's automated switches and distribution automation. All these are opportunities begging for investment. There's also a need for battery storage, energy storage. So used for peak shaving. The useless is, of course, it's obvious. So, but the investment here is needed because there's the population is begging for this service. Then collaboration opportunity. As engineers, I know that it's my belief that Nigerians are diverse, and the partnership can also help to provide these solutions. Banks, DFIs with DISCOs, so such as funding of these projects. What I'm here to tell you that the opportunity is enormous. We can only solve this problem with technology. We can only solve this problem with collaboration. And as an engineers, I know we have, some of us have, or many of us have the technical solution. Nigeria is a market waiting. So making this paper, believing that the change we are looking for can be harnessed. So conclusion, the future profitability and sustainable Nigerian DISCO depends not merely on tariff adjustments, but on intelligent deployment of smart technologies that can improve visibility, accountability, operational efficiency, and revenue assurance. By integrating AI, artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, smart metering, geographic information system, advanced analytics into a unified revenue protection framework, Nigerian DISCOs can sustainably reduce HTC losses, increase collection, improve customer confidence, and accelerate the modernization of the national electricity distribution sector. The experience of EEDC demonstrates that while operational challenges may vary across regions, the principle of effective load reduction are universal. Visibility, data integrity, technology adoption, and proactive intervention. Smart metering, advanced analytics, GIS platform, artificial intelligence are no longer optional enhancements. They are essential components of a modern utility ecosystem. By leveraging on these technologies, utilities can reduce losses. They can improve customer confidence. They can strengthen financial sustainability and support the broader transition towards a smarter and more resilient energy future. DISCO key performance indicator. What are my expectations? What are my hopes? What are the goals of this paper? I'll be happy that the next presentation, I'll be saying that we have achieved it. The HTC losses in Nigeria can be less than 15%, like many other nations. The illegal connection detection rate can be above 90%. Meter monitoring can be greater than 35%. It's my hope that revenue collection in Nigeria Disco can rise to more than 98%. Transformer monitoring coverage can be more than 100%, can be 100%. Then fourth, response time can be less than 30 minutes. So this is my hope and this is my belief. And finally, what is the take home what is this paper contribution to Nigeria Society of Engineers? This is my thinking. And I believe with your expertise, with my basic knowledge here, we can achieve it. To strengthen this paper's practical importance, I propose integrated smart revenue protection ecosystem, a typical Nigeria-focused digital framework designed to enhance utility, the discourse and revenue protection through real-time monitoring, analytics, and decision-making. I wanted this an ecosystem to put all this technology together, put under one platform, just as it is done in a developed or those modern society or modern economies. Smart meters. We're already installing smart meters in most of our discos. It's just to do more. Let this meter communicate. Let this meter be visible. AI analytics. The big data, we can use it to make decisions, plan, the GIS mapping. The IoT sensors, for me, it should be a must. Transformer overload is a commonplace in Nigeria. Oftentimes, transformers are packed. Customers are losing a lot of man-hour. Many companies are losing man-hour. Communities do not have lights when they come back from work. It's a very serious challenge. There's no monitoring of our distribution transformers in most of the location where they're stored. Drone surveillance and mobile payment platforms, customer engagement apps, and revenue assurance dashboards. I believe I can work with you people. I believe we can do this. The market is ready. And this solution is in our hand. Once again, I want to say thank you. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Engineer Sam. I'm really sure like so many people have got quite a lot of questions. Thank you. So we're going to open the floor now just for a few questions. We're 6:40, so if you've got questions for Engineer Sam, please raise your hands up so we can ask him now. I think we'll just take about 3. Yeah, okay, we've got Engineer Ferdinand. Okay, Engineer Ferdinand. Engineer Ferdinand.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Engineer Sam. The presentation was quite interesting, and somebody have asked in our group if you can make this the presentation document available for people who would like to look at it. It is under your own description if you want to make it available for people, so people can drop their email, or you can drop it with Dr. Chukuma, then people can get it from them. So my question is, during the introduction, I looked at your department. You work with the task force department. So my question is regarding, because what you have just oh my God, sorry, I'm having a call. So sorry, a call trying to interfere. So I know that Nigeria, we have a lot of guiding rules and principles, or how to do something, But the problem we are having is enforcement. And being that you are under task force department, with all the problem you have narrated that the generated power is having, what have you people been doing, and to which percentage have you people use other approach before this advanced method? Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Engineer Ferdinand. Your first question or first request is granted. I will make the presentation available, the document available. Okay, then your question on the on enforcement, what we have been doing or what we have done. Yes, we have done a lot, and we are still doing a lot. We're doing a lot, and we want to do more. And that's why we are asking for more like personally asking for this technology because it will help us to do better. Yes, I remember I joined the power sector in 2017. That was July 2017. Thereafter, just a month or two, where this task force of a thing was created in the power sector. So the task force was just like in Enugu Disco, we call it task force, which the job is simply revenue security and revenue protection to do that enforcement you are talking about. So then we started the work, and we did a lot, because prior to that time, the system, the average Nigerian will look at the power business as a social business. It's a government thing. Nigerians were not willing to pay for an electricity bill. But as things changed, many started paying, and many were started by personal meter. So what we are doing then, we have been, this energy tell, we arrested so many people because prior to, 2018, toward the end of 2018, around November, thereabouts, the Federal Ministry of Power with Police Service Commission and the Ministry of Justice, they created a team of security team called Special Investigation Prosecution Task Force on Electricity Offenses. That's the police security men to attach into all the power sector, all the power, yes, the power sector. So like in the Enugu Disco, these are the department I work with. That's CIPTO department. And the job is to detect, prevent, investigate, and prosecute any case of energy theft. And we have done very, very well in the Southeast here. Everyone, there's consciousness have been created, but there's a peculiar issue. The transformers is within the customer premises, it's within the factory. The meter is inside your house. How do I monitor in its traditional way? By intelligent, by verbal communication. So I need technology to help me do better. My system will talk to me, there's issue with your transformer, there's issue with your meter. So a lot of revenue have been recovered, a lot of people have been prosecuted, and a lot are still waiting to be prosecuted. There's a video here, I wish I will have the time to play that video. That is to tell you, show you the intelligence of Nigeria, how much far they go. Customers go to tamper and to compromise the meter. You'll be so amazed. They open this meter and plant. So they open this meter and they even put a resistor, all sort of resistor. They'll put, they compromise this circuitry of this meter. There's a video here I would love to play, but I don't know if time will permit me. You'll be so amazed. Thank you.
Thank you. We've got another question. Martins, please.
Hello.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is a wonderful presentation, and kudos to you, Engineer Sam, for coming up with this. Mine is not really a question, but just looking at the problems you outlined, I just want to add one or two things, maybe just for a minute. I just want to add a little perspective about the experience with EDF Energy, an energy company here in the UK, and how this can be of value to the Nigerian energy sector. You know, one of the most important lessons about energy is that technology alone does not really solve the problems. Smart meters are actually very good, and to a large extent, they solve most of the problems we are having. But in UK, for instance, the UK energy sector has come to understand that smart meters is not just about electricity records, taking records of electricity consumption or transmitting the data automatically, but to eliminate estimated billing. And also they have come up with a way through which they can monitor in real time all the information about energy consumption. And this has really helped to identify unusual consumption patterns and also make meter tampering and energy theft very difficult. And I think this is an aspect that where Nigeria will really need to work on having a kind of retail visibility across their distribution network, especially by using SCADA, IoT systems, and distribution management systems. But one area is the area of that the political will, or shall I say, the will to make these things a reality. Because apart from the fact that technology is very good, the Nigerian market or the Nigeria energy market is supposed to have the will to deploy all these smart meters on transformers, on feeders, on discos could actually monitor the voltages, the current, the transformer loading, equipment held in real time, and also be able to make predictive maintenance a reality by allowing equipment to be serviced before failures. You know, there are a lot of things you can do with smart technology. But everything also boils down to the will of the discourse and also the energy sector in Nigeria. I just joined EDF some few months ago, and I work with the digital transformation aspect of EDF, where I'm in charge of data and AI integration. But one thing I have discovered about the company or what they have been doing is the use of data, just like what you said about data. We have created some AI models that could also be developed in Nigeria to identify illegal connections, meter bypass, abnormal energy consumption patterns, and all of that. But I think the most important thing is, are we really willing to go into this? Are we really willing to make sure that this thing become a reality? Because at the end of the day, if the biggest challenge we are having in Nigeria is not really technology per se, but humans, the ability to, convince people to do the right thing, and also to make sure that the right thing is done at all time. But I would just say that the sustainable revenue protection is very, very achievable through smart meter. But it requires the kind of integrated digital ecosystem consistent of like smart metering, IoT, SCADA, GIS, AI, and this can solve a lot of problems for us in Nigeria. But then the important thing is, are we willing? Are the discourse willing to achieve all these things? Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Matthew. Just a brief, just addition to what you just mentioned. I think what you mentioned is actually a very, very important concern. And I believe that the government is willing now, because I think Nigeria is not developed because of electricity. The unemployment is because of electricity. So I think because of this, there are this new Electricity Act 2023 that was signed into law that made all the states that removing the Electricity Act from the putting the electricity into the current concurrent list, which means that one new player, the state government, can now regulate the electricity business within their domain. Speaking to you now, I can tell you that Enugu State have their own regulatory body. I'm sure Lagos also have. Anambra State has gotten their own. Abia State have got their own. Imo State currently. So the market is opening. The political weight is coming. Is there already? So hearing from you is just excites me. This can be done. One time I just had a meeting with my MD. We are open, they are willing, they are open for any innovation, any technology that can be deployed. And I'm believe that even EDC can, so even by EDC, we definitely want to work with you, or anybody that has any solution in that regard. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I think we'll take just one last question from Engineer Adeyemi, so we can just have our chairman round off. Thank you. Engineer Adeyemi.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Thank you, Engineer Sam, for the wonderful presentation. It was quite interesting. I have just two quick questions. Our national grid, I think, was integrated together from all of the zones in 1968, and that is what we have been using since then. And from what you just said, the new electricity bill of 2023 have empowered our state, to be able to generate their own power, transmit, and also distribute. So I want to know what are the DISCOs doing to be able to tap into this new bill, or also be able to decentralize from the national grid, so that we can have localized grids that we can manage at the local level. And number two is I'm speaking from the point of view of a user, because most of the time we focus our attention on technologies and smart systems and the likes. But what efforts are the DISCOs also investing into sensitization of our people, trying to make them to understand all of the nitty-gritties that are entailed in energy generation, the inflation impacts on prices, for people to know that I'm expecting an increase in my bill. If I have to use 80% of my consumption, this is how much I'll be paying from month to month, so that people can also be more educated and be ready to be able to pay for energy that are used in their homes. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Engineer Adeyemi. The first question is on what are the DISCO doing in terms of this embedded system. I think for me, all the DISCOs now are going into this embedded system. All of them, I believe I'm right, all of them are going, because this is actually the future. And there's even part of the policy that said that every DISCOs must have 10% of the energy intake. So, and a lot of studies and even a lot of new generating companies are coming to DISCO because of this cluster issue. They want to generate closer to the customer, because that will reduce the losses. So I believe that many of them, they're also cashing into this opportunity. It's an opportunity for everybody. It's not just for the investors or those that need to come, but the DISCOs too are also doing that. And I know they are doing that. Like in Enugu State, there's a new power project with Anambra State government that setting up a coal power plant in Enugu State. It's all part of it. So the DISCO, my company, I think there are some number of projects which I think I'm also aware they are working on. So DISCO, Lagos have done, Abuja is also doing similar. Then the issue of sensitization, you are very, very correct. Electricity business is a very technical issue, and many DISCOs are at fault at this point because many of our consumers are not informed on the energy or how this energy economics, how this whole thing works. All they are after is my meter is running too fast, my meter is this. But I do believe going forward, I know that many DISCOs are doing sensitization, going to community, going to even go to church and doing whatnot. This is also part of why this seminar is important for me, and we are going to do more. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Engineer Sam. Thank you so much for your session. We appreciate it. Chairman, please just close for us, please.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you, Engineer Chukwu, Sam Chukwu. We really appreciate your time. and the effort you put into preparing this. We know this must have taken you a lot of time. Thank you. We appreciate. Interestingly, this is my key area. I did electrical engineering first degree. My PhD is actually how you manage electric distribution network, and I did postdoc in smart metering for both high voltage and low voltage. So my work has been around this area. So just 1 minute to say that, I mean, a very simple way without making it complicated is to ask ourselves a question. MTN in Nigeria, what is their collection rate? So is there data theft? Is there voice, theft? Is there a problem of users of telecommunications, in Nigeria not paying their bill? Okay, so that's a valid question. I believe those questions are valid. And whatever the answer is, so why is it that it's not applicable in the electric distribution sector? Just Engineer Sam, just in a few seconds, do you have answer to that? Before I provide my own answer.
Yes, my thinking, just as you rightly said, because one, the communication enjoy their issue. The two businesses are different because communication through the wave, there's no physical connection, and then the adoption of technology also make it easy for make it easy that customer will not even have any option, any way to steal or to cheat.
Okay, so thank you. So I think, we're very different business, but I think, I agree with you at that point. I think one of the key reasons is that the telecoms, they have control over what happens to your phone. So they can remotely terminate whatever that is going on your phone. I think that's like one of the, reasons why you can't steal their data. They have, but in electric distribution network, actually, you can begin to make that happen now, with smart metering, with the technology which you presented. But another question that I found really, really difficult to answer, because I've been involved in this from the time of Professor Pat Naji, before he was minister's advisor. I think, I was doing small thing with Siemens in Nigeria on smart metering. Why from that time we still can't roll out smart meter, I don't understand. Actually, sometimes I feel that because there's always a difference between private and government institution. With government institution, you can say, okay, it's corruption, the MD wants to steal money, some people are taking money away. But in private institution, when the MD is stealing money, then he's stealing his own money because he's a shareholder. And the other people, he's stealing their money and they are aware. So they will say, well, bros, you can't steal our money. That's what is happening in NTM. That's what is happening in all the other telecoms because it's privatized. So when the Nigerian distribution network actually got privatized, I was thinking, wow, this is going to be the next level. But it's been a while now. Frankly, I haven't personally seen a lot of improvement, except in a co-distribution network. There's one called Ikeja. I did some things with them on some smart metering, the Ikeja distribution network. So I don't know. It's something that I believe, as you were speaking, I just actually think like we have people on this platform that are into energy network, actually a good number of us that are doing this. Perhaps it's something we can actually have a committee into energy management system, and we can see how we can have a pilot in Nigeria. So thank you. I mean, you can see how your talk has kind of is giving birth to something great. So thank you for this interesting knowledge. Why I think we like to collaborate with you is that it's very easy to think about solutions from British perspective, from our perspective as someone living here. But obviously the Nigerian environment is very, very different. So we need to work with you to understand that environment so that, whether those working for EDF, I know some colleagues on the platform working for a company like, what's this company called? The one that Dr. Sanuti works for, and a few other companies.
GE.
What? Yeah,
GE.
exactly. GE and many others on this platform. So I think this is something we should really, really do, and hopefully give ourselves a target where we can. It could be just with small solutions, small pilots, demonstrate what is possible in Nigeria. So thank you very much. Thank you, Engineer Lillian, for stepping in as always. Our never tired, never give up, never slow down Engineer Lillian. Thank you. Can we give her a round of applause virtually as well? Everyone, people, please do that. Clap for her. Clap for her. She deserves our applause. Clap. Oh. That woman, if that woman retires, resign from Manchester now, the Blanche will just close down. So thank you, Engineer Lillian. Thank you, everyone that joined this hot day.
Thank you, Engineer Lillian.
Thank you. Thank you very much,
Thank you.
Engineer Sam.
Okay, yeah. See you all next week, next month.
Next month. Have a great weekend.
Thank you.
Please,
Thank you.
hydrate to keep yourself hydrated. Drink water, I beg.
Yeah.
It's not the
Bye.
same as the heat in Nigeria, because some people will say, oh, it's not as hot as it was in Nigeria. It's a different type of heat. Please drink water. This was serious. I'm feeling it in my body. All right. Bye.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Happy weekend. Yeah.
Engineer, good evening, sir.